Hello everybody, Becky here from Disney in Your Day, and I wanted to put together a little video just to talk about the new Disney Genie because I know that it's one of the biggest things that people are talking about right now, and I know that it's a little overwhelming. I do have a full blog post with everything that we know, doing my best to explain it all, answering any questions I've come across. So make sure you check that out. I'll try to keep it as updated as I can. But if you come across any other questions you want to ask that you don't see answered there, please send me an email, message, however you want to reach me, and ask your question. And if I don't know the answer, I will do my best to find it out because it's probably something that other people are wondering too. So I'm going to walk through a couple of things about Disney Genie right now. But before we get started, don't panic because yes, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. Even if you're not that up to date on all things Disney, you may have gotten the idea that there's some negativity surrounding this announcement. And in all honesty, the reason for that is because Disney is introducing a system that is similar to something they had in the past, but now they're charging money for it. So of course, anytime you're going to charge money for something that people feel they previously got for free, they're going to be really upset. But I don't think it's a reason to freak out yet. I think there's a lot that we'll see how it all works out, but I think there are some good things about Disney Genie, and we're going to take a look at some of that now. So Disney has been advertising the Disney Genie as a complimentary service, and it is free. The basic version is free. So think of it like, any app that you get these days, there's almost always a free version and a paid version, and the paid version is going to do more than the free version, but a lot of times the free version is all you need to make things work. So the free basic Disney Genie service does a couple of things that are going to be very useful. The main thing that is new that they're advertising is that Disney Genie will create you a personalized itinerary for your day. So if you are not sure when to do attractions, even what attractions to do, you're going to be able to tell the app either specific things, like if you are familiar with rides and you say, I know that I definitely want to do Space Mountain, I definitely want to do Haunted Mansion, you can check off those things and it's going to build your itinerary around that. If you're kind of new to Disney and you haven't, done all the research like some of us crazy people, you might say, well, I don't know every ride, but I know that I really like thrill rides. And you can just check off that you're interested in that sort of thing. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, I hate thrill rides. I don't want anything that's going to whip me around. But I love princesses. You can tell it that too. And it's going to suggest a whole bunch of attractions, entertainment, activities that you can do based on your own preferences. So it kind of takes some of the work out of that for you. It is also going to suggest the order that you do those things in and what time you do them. And so there's a lot of questions around this. We're still going to have to kind of wait to see how that all plays out, how accurate it is, how well it works. Disney has a ton of data that they use to analyze wait times because they don't want people standing in line any more than you want to be standing in line, because you know what people are not doing while they're standing in line? They are not eating food that they paid for. They're not going to buy souvenirs that they paid for. They're not thinking to themselves, wow, we got done so many rides today. We could go do something else, like go spend money at Disney Springs. None of those things are happening when you're standing in line. So it's to Disney's benefit as well that they reduce wait times. So that's what they're trying to do here with personalizing an itinerary. So they're using all of that data that they have to say, well, this person's interested in riding Space Mountain, and typically the best time for them to do that is going to be at 9 a.m. So it will tell you go there at 9 a.m. and maybe the wait time's only 20 minutes at 9 o'clock. But if you were just on your own and you didn't know that and it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you've done some other stuff, you're like, oh, let's go ride Space Mountain, and the wait time is, 70 minutes. So Disney Genie is going to help with that. Again, it sounds like a big task to me. We'll see how well it actually works. It's also going to update in real time, which is super interesting because if something gets a long wait time for a reason that maybe they didn't anticipate, they'll say, you know what, maybe hold off on doing this one right now and try this instead. Or if it rains, certain rides don't operate in the rain. Splash Mountain, if there's thunder and lightning, they're not going to be running that ride. Maybe they told you to do that and there's a storm. Disney's going to update that itinerary and say, you know what, do that later because it's not running right now, but here's what you can do instead. So I think that sounds very interesting and promising, and we'll see, especially if you're someone who wants more guidance with how to do things. We will see how that works. Otherwise, it's doing a lot of things that My Disney Experience already does. Like it has a tip board, if they're calling it, and a dining tip board. Those are just going to list like all of the attractions, entertainment, forecasted wait times. So you can go and look and literally see typically like that data that I'm talking about. Disney's actually going to share some of it with us. So it's going to say like Haunted Mansion, typically it has a really long wait time at 3 p.m. But then if you wait, you know, to like the average wait time at 6 p.m. is 30 minutes. So it's going to do that. And it's also going to, the dining tip board is going to do some similar things, but it'll tell you again, similar to what My Disney Experience does now. It's going to tell you if there are any reservations available at a specific restaurant. It's going to tell you if there's a walk-up ability that you can sign up for like a wait list to just walk up to a restaurant. If it's a counter service, it's going to tell you how long mobile order will take, and then it will give you the option to mobile order from there. So a lot of useful things, kind of similar to what we've already been seeing My Disney Experience introduce, but hopefully a little bit more comprehensive, because a lot of those, even mobile order, only started with a few restaurants. Now we've got more, probably expect almost all of them to have that. The thing that everybody's talking about, of course, is Genie Plus. So you can pay extra for this feature. Disney Genie Plus is part of the app. You pay more to use the Plus feature, which gets you 3 things in Disney World, 2 of which I would disregard. I'm not going to talk about them here, but you can read my blog post. They give you like basically special photo filters that you can use around the park, and audio tales that I think are going to give you like behind the scenes information that you can listen to in the parks. You could also just talk to me because I know lots of stories and things that I could share with you. But the one thing that we are going to really focus on is the Lightning Lane feature, which is basically what FastPass has become. FastPass is done. FastPass, forget anything you knew about FastPass. It doesn't matter anymore. Lightning lanes. That's what we're talking about now. So it's interesting, if you're a Disney World person and you've been going to the parks for a while, think about the old paper FastPass system and how you used to be able to go and get a ticket and it would tell you what time to return. You could only have one at a time. And then after you use that Fast Pass, you could get another one for another attraction, but you'd have to go to the machine and get it. This is more or less going to work the same way for Lightning Lane, except that you're doing it all from the app. So that at least saves you some time from like running all around to the machines and getting tickets and all of that. So I think that part's really great. It's going to be $15 per person per day to use it, and you can get, you know, as many Lightning Lane attractions as you can fit into your day, just like FastPass was. If you've been to Disneyland, it's very similar to Max Pass if you used that previously. So I will probably maybe make another video about some of my opinions and if it's going to be worth it and what we think, because frankly, I'm hesitant to put too much judgment out there until we experience something firsthand. Is this going to feel like something you have to have, you feel obligated to pay for? Can you successfully do Disney without paying extra money? We're going to see. There's also individual attractions. What are they calling it? I'm not pleased because the thing that honestly bugs me the most about all of this is that they made the terminology as confusing as possible. Genie, Genie Plus, Lightning Lanes. Now we're going to talk about individual attraction selections that use the Lightning Lane but aren't part of the Lightning Lane experience included with Genie Plus, because these individual attraction selections are an additional fee, and we don't know what that fee is, but one of the examples they've been using is for the most popular attractions, you'll be able to pay a set amount to actually reserve a time in the morning to do that ride. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is the example they've been using. You can ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at 3 o'clock p.m. Let's say. You get on your phone, you get on the app that morning, and you say, I really want to ride this ride. I know that the wait time is going to be long. I'm willing to pay $5 per person. I don't know. We'll see. To say, I am definitely getting on this ride at 3 o'clock today. You will have the option to do that. It's only going to be for certain attractions. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is the example they've been using. I think it's going to also be for things like Rise of the Resistance, Flight of Passage, maybe Slinky Dog Dash. Again, this is speculation here because they haven't released a list yet. But just think of those things that when you had to book fast passes ahead of time, what was like the number one priority, because that was going to go first. Those are the things they're going to charge extra money for. So like I said, we don't know how much extra money that's going to be. They said it's going to vary based on season and attraction and park and all of that. So, I mean, if you're going during Christmas, they'll probably charge a lot more to get on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train than they are if you're going in the middle of September. So all things to be aware of. I will absolutely share more details. And like I said, I will keep my blog post as updated as possible. There's going to be a lot more information there right now than what I've shared with this video. I just wanted to do some quick stuff to kind of introduce it to you. But if you have questions, please let me know. I want to help everybody understand this as best as possible. So if you've got questions that I can answer or at least kind of throw out into the Disney information zone, sometimes I can get answers from people that know a little bit more, or we just wait and see, and once Disney actually shares that information with us, I can update you on it. But please let me know, because we all want to have a great time at Disney. I want to help you have a great time at Disney. Make sure you check out the blog, DisneyInYourDay.com, for all of your planning needs and to stay up to date on everything Disney Genie.